Magnesium versus melatonin. The truth. Every night, millions of people take something before bed hoping it will finally fix their sleep. A pill, a gummy, a powder mixed into water. Most don't ask why they're taking it. They only ask one question: will this knock me out? For years, melatonin has been the answer everyone knows. It's marketed as natural, gentle, and safe. Magnesium sits quietly beside it, less exciting, less famous, almost boring by comparison. One promises sleep, the other promises calm, and most people choose the wrong one. If you've ever stood in the supplement aisle unsure what actually helps, stay with me. This matters more than most people realize. Not because they're careless, but because the truth about these two substances is rarely explained clearly. To understand the difference, you have to understand why you're awake in the first place. Sleep is not a switch, it is a sequence. Your body doesn't fall asleep because it's late. It falls asleep because a complex system decides the environment is safe enough to shut down. That system has two major jobs. First, it must remove alertness. Second, it must allow sleep to emerge. Melatonin and magnesium act on completely different sides of that process. This channel focuses on explaining why things work, not just what to take. If that's useful to you, you're in the right place. Melatonin is not a sleeping pill. It is a timing signal. Your brain releases melatonin every evening to tell your body one thing: it's night. That's it. Melatonin does not calm anxiety. It does not relax muscles. It does not quiet a racing mind. It only shifts your internal clock. This is why melatonin works beautifully for jet lag and poorly for stress-induced insomnia. If your sleep problem is timing, melatonin can help. If your sleep problem is tension, it often makes things worse. Many people don't realize this. They take melatonin when they're exhausted but wired. Their thoughts race, their chest feels tight, their body refuses to soften. Melatonin tells the brain it's nighttime, but the nervous system is still on high alert. So the body does something strange. It goes to bed without letting go. This is where the side effects appear. Vivid dreams, night sweats, early morning awakenings, grogginess that lingers for hours. People assume the dose was wrong, so they increase it. If this has ever happened to you, comment "wired." You're not the only one. But more melatonin doesn't equal more sleep. It equals a louder timing signal layered on top of an uncalmed nervous system. Now consider magnesium. Magnesium does not tell your brain it's night. It tells your body it's safe. Magnesium is involved in over 300 reactions in the body, but one role matters most for sleep: regulating the nervous system's ability to relax. Without enough magnesium, muscles stay slightly contracted, nerves fire more easily, stress hormones linger longer than they should. The body feels tired but never settled. Magnesium doesn't force sleep, it removes resistance to sleep. That difference is everything. If this distinction is new to you, quietly like this video. It helps this reach people who need clarity, not hype. People who respond well to magnesium often describe the same sensation. My body felt heavy. My thoughts slowed. I didn't knock out, I drifted. That drifting is the sign of a nervous system powering down properly. Here's the part no one explains. If your insomnia is caused by stress, anxiety, muscle tension, jaw clenching, racing thoughts, or waking up tired, melatonin treats the symptom, magnesium treats the cause. If your insomnia is caused by shift work, jet lag, irregular schedules, or delayed bedtime, magnesium alone may not fix the timing. Melatonin can help guide it. But most modern insomnia is not a timing problem, it's a safety problem.
We live in a world that keeps the nervous system alert long after the sun goes down. Screens, deadlines, constant stimulation, unfinished thoughts. The body doesn't forget that easily. This is why so many people say melatonin worked for a few nights, then stopped. It didn't stop working. It was never solving the real issue. There was a woman named Erica who struggled with sleep for years. She took melatonin every night and still woke up at 3 a.m. with her heart racing. Her doctor told her to increase the dose. The dreams became intense, the awakenings earlier. When she switched strategies, calming the nervous system instead of forcing sleep, the pattern broke. She didn't sleep faster, she slept deeper. That's the distinction most people miss. Melatonin can move sleep. Magnesium can restore sleep. Another uncomfortable truth is dependency. Your brain naturally produces melatonin. When you supplement it frequently, especially at higher doses, the brain may reduce its own production. This doesn't mean melatonin is dangerous. It means it should be used intentionally. Magnesium doesn't replace a hormone. It replenishes a mineral many people are deficient in. Stress, caffeine, alcohol, and intense exercise all drain magnesium. The more stressed you are, the more likely you are to need it. This creates a loop. Stress depletes magnesium. Low magnesium increases stress response. Sleep suffers, stress increases. Melatonin does nothing to break this loop. Magnesium can. This is why magnesium often improves not just sleep, but also muscle tension, nighttime anxiety, jaw clenching, restless legs, early awakenings, morning fatigue. It doesn't sedate, it stabilizes. Now, here's the most important truth. Melatonin should never be used to override exhaustion. If you rely on melatonin to stay up late and still sleep, you're training your body to ignore its natural signals. Magnesium works best when paired with respect for those signals. One supports the system, the other pushes it. That doesn't mean melatonin is useless. It means it has a narrow role, and it's often used outside of it. The biggest lie in sleep marketing is that one supplement fixes everyone. Sleep is personal because stress is personal. The body doesn't need to be knocked out. It needs permission to rest. Magnesium gives that permission quietly. Melatonin gives a signal loudly. When used correctly, both have a place. When misunderstood, both create confusion. Tonight, before taking anything, ask a better question. Am I awake because my body doesn't know it's night? Or am I awake because my body doesn't feel safe enough to sleep? The answer determines everything. If this brought clarity instead of confusion, follow and subscribe. This channel isn't about hacks, it's about understanding your body. Because tomorrow, I'll explain why one popular calming supplement actually increases nighttime anxiety for many people, even though it's marketed as sleep-friendly.